Welcome to another Signify software training video. This video is going to cover the supply form. Supply form is used to add a new supply to our estimators and to change the values to an existing supply. Let's open the supply form and see how it works. Now we're going to start by going to the supply tab in your toolbar and then add review supply. This is going to bring up your supply form. Now if you'll notice, the top portion of the form is meant for a specific supply, while the bottom is a list of all supplies that can also be filtered by the category. I think the easiest way to start learning the supply form and understanding it is to enter a new supply. So we'll do an example here. We'll enter 60 gauge aluminum. So in the title we'll enter in 60 gauge aluminum. The fact is, I think I want the aluminum first and then 060 after. Unit type is each, and here we're going to say it is 60 gauge aluminum, white on two sides. And we'll select the supplier that delivers it to us. Use Pioneer Supply, and the supplier code. Now that's going to vary from supplier to supplier, so get with your supplier and find out what their supplier code is. Enter it that way. If you are using Signify to make your purchases, it can use the supplier code that corresponds with their system. Now when I'm entering a supply's cost, I'm going to consider the shipping as well as the raw cost I pay to my supplier. That's because when I'm running an estimate, I want to make sure that if I have to order that supply, I'm going to cover the cost of the shipping as well. So we'll make this 80 gauge aluminum $72 a sheet. Now before entering anything in markup, it's important to understand when it should and shouldn't be used. To fully understand its purpose, we need to talk a little bit about supply categories. Each one of Signify's estimators use a different supply category to filter out supplies that don't pertain to that estimator. For example, this is going to be a substrate, so we would select substrate from our category. That's going to bring up specialized information that only substrates need. For example, the aluminum, if you were to go to an estimate, I think it was a digitally printed estimate, you see a list of only substrates. If you were to compare that to the filtered list here, you'll notice it is the same list. That's how the supplies filter what the estimator sees. So with this aluminum, we're going to go ahead and enter, it's a 4 foot, and the increments are in feet, 4 foot by 8 foot, and we'll enter the per square foot markup. I always look at the existing substrates and see what the per square foot markup is and find a similar material as far as how it is prepped, or run a similar value. With 040 and 080, it's 410. That 080 should probably be a little higher, so let's go ahead and make this 435 because it's a little harder to cut than 040, and save that, and then we'll have an aluminum 060 in our system. Now if we were going to enter, let's go ahead and change this value up a little bit because 080 is even a little bit harder to cut than 040. What we're going to do is double click that line. It's going to load it in the top portion and give us the opportunity to change this to 70. And whenever we're ready, we hit update and we'll see that it has been changed. Now substrate's not our only fixed category. We actually have quite a few here. Apparel is used for all of the embroidery and screen printing and heat press calculations. Ballast and bulbs are used in the cabinet sign estimators. Lamination, media, and substrate are all used with any sign estimator. Each fixed category will load a special group of values that pertain to that category. For example, apparel will let you select the sizes that are going to be available to that specific garment, as well as plus size costs. It will give you a space to put an apparel markup. Let's say we're going to enter a bulb, and we have a F30 daylight high output bulb from Sylvania. This bulb we purchased from Pioneer. It's an F30. We're going to put the price per bulb, which we will set that at $6.50, and go into category and select bulbs. That's going to pull up the length. Notice this is in inches. It is a 30-inch bulb, and there are 12 to a case, and if you buy them in the case, the per bulb would go down to $4.31. And we save that. Let's see that in the category it has been added, the daylight HO. Now if we wanted to delete that, rather than loading it into this to select delete, you can right click and then it gives you an option to edit or delete. And we hit yes, and then it's cleared from our system. So that's how you clear supply out of the database. To get out of a category, simply hit refresh, and that's going to reload your bottom view. Hopefully this helps you understand a little bit about the supply form. Check out our website for more training videos. Thank you for watching.